Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me through YouTube, welcome. Make sure that you do subscribe. And another thing is, if you are going through StreamYard or through Facebook, make sure that you allow StreamYard permission. But today is a pre-recorded video that I did for a card sketch. I am away and I'm not taking any recording stuff with me to Winnipeg. I'm going there for Christmas. So I'm doing card sketch number 135. And guess what? We're going to get some sneak peeks from the J to A mini catalog. Our catalogs now go from January till April, and our celebration, because our celebration goes January to February. So I'm excited to share a really, really cute stamp set from the celebration and a product that I hope gets carried over into the annual catalog. So let's just pop on down. Just remember, this is pre-recorded, but I will be going in to check different things that are in there. All right, so it looks like there's a bit of a lag, so I'm hoping that this is going to work. So this is card sketch number 135. It has a little bit of different things on here, so I will show you actually how it's working. This piece that's right here, and actually I'll show you from the cards, but it's just a piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and I just went from diagonal to diagonal on there, and that's what gives me kind of that angled triangle kind of type of look. A few things that are a little bit different. I did use the stylish shape dies to cut out my squares, and also this part here is an image, and this shows as a sentiment. Now you're going to understand once I start going into this why the sentiment area is so large. There's a lot of large stamps that are out there, but the product that I'm going to show you, you're going to see why I'm doing that. So this is the adorable owls. I think this is such a cute set. This one, when I look at it, I see a graduation cap on top of it. This is just, I don't know. I'm just thinking of things that you can do for this. This I would take as a birthday. Now, also, the other thing that we're using is this alphabet Alamode. These are really skinny alphabets. I like the fact that there's double A's and E's and I's, and like we're some of the letters that we really, really need, like double T's. And it also has different numbers in there as well. So we're going to be using that. We're using this stamp set. And oh, one other thing that we're going to use on here are these adhesive foam sheets. These are the sheets that allow you to get like your own, how do I say it? Your own customized dimensionals on there with accents and that sort of stuff. So I'll show you how I use that as well. So let me just bring in some of my product that's here. Another thing that we're using are the adhesive sheets. I finally remembered to use an adhesive sheet and I'll show you how that works so well. All right, so this is a piece of thick basic white. Always use thick white or thick very vanilla when you're using it for a card base. That way it gives you the stability that it's going to stand up. Find with the regular basic white and the regular very vanilla, it flops. So you will definitely want to use the thick. Now it's 5.5 by 8.5. And on my card sketches, I always say regular card base, but this is the card base that's finished on there. So what I challenge you to do is make sure that you use like a sketch like this, especially if you've got things that you have, you're not coming up with anything, you've lost your mojo. These sketches really help with making them. Now, when I design these sketches, I make a card and then I make up my sketch from there. And then I've gone back and I've used my sketches many times for different classes and that sort of stuff. All right, so like I say, it's scored at 4 1/4. We're going to fold into the mountain, and we're just going to use our bone folder and get a really good crease on there. This piece here, like I said, I took a piece that was 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut it from corner to corner. And I wanted it to be up on this side here. I could have done this down here. Now, if you're going to cut from corner to corner down this way, you're going to get a different look completely. So let's just go in and glue that on. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This one needs to be primed, and it shouldn't really need it because it was stored upside down. But I'm using a new plate that I put this in, and or a cup, and it's not quite got enough glue on the bottom to get it so that I don't have to have the lid on. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and layer that on there like it would be a regular layer with the 1/8 of an inch in between. Now, this designer series paper is the subtle designer series paper pack. I use these quite a bit at the very beginning of the year with the annual catalog, but I'm finding that I'm going back to it because there's so many different DSPs that are in the Jada D mini catalog that have already retired. So we want to make sure. Now, you know what? It looks like I got a bit of glue up there. I'll have to go in with my glue eraser. All right. So I have this. This is cut from the largest stylish shape dies, and it's just going to go there. And then this piece is from the second largest. So I want that to go right on there like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with this Hoot Hoot, and I didn't want the You're So Cute. Now, this is a celebration stamp set. So I just went and I took this stamp and I just cut it. I would do that sometimes with other ones. I can put that in there and I won't have to worry about it. But if I just want certain words and I don't want to go and have to use direct to rubber, I would go and just cut the stamps like that. So I've got that on there, and I'm going to use Balmy Blue because this is the color that I'm using right there. And I'll show you what I'm going to go ahead and do. So I want to make sure that this is the right way. And I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to stamp. And this is kind of like hinge stamping, but I'm doing it freehand. Just like that. And that's kind of just giving us a bit of a background up there. So that just gives that sort of a background on there. And like I say, that's just going to go on here like so. Now, I'm thinking to myself, maybe what I might do is I'm going to put this on directly onto the paper, and I'm going to pop this up. But we're also going to pop up our owl that we're going to do. But I want this to be right onto the card base here. Now, don't forget that if you like the video, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do share my video. That's the biggest form of compliment that you can give me. But share it with other friends. It's nice to be able to share things that you have found, right? Now, also the other thing is make sure that what you do is you turn around and you do your own sample and put it into my group. The group is down below here. There's a link to the group. And basically what you can do then is you can turn around and I do a monthly draw with that. Okay, this is a very dirty block, and I apologize for that, but we're going to put this owl on here, and we're going to stamp it with Memento ink. I've got a piece of scrap paper here, and we're using Memento ink because I'm going to come in with my blends, and I'm actually going to use my blends on here. Just go here. And there's no dies for these, so I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to fussy cut it, which is really no big deal. It's quite easy to fussy cut. All right, just looking for one thing here. And of course, I won't find it, but that's okay. All right, so the colors that I'm actually going to use on this owl are going to be, I'm going to use gray granite. I really like the way that the gray granite actually colors the gray. I'm also going to use balmy blue, and I'm using crumb cake as well. So let's go in and I'll show you how I'm going to actually color this. I'm going to come in with the light gray granite, and I'm just going to color around this part of the owl. I honestly do not know what kind of an owl I'm going to make this into, but we'll just come in. And just color in here. These owls, like I say, are so dang cute. Let's just put a bit, I'm not going to use the real, the dark gray granite to get my coloring and my shading in here. I'm actually just coming back in with the light and just getting that shading on there. Then I'm also going to come in and just color this part here with his body. And again, we're just going to get some of that shading. I'm actually going to come in with the bullet end of the blend there. Whoops. We should color this other wing. Let's just get a tiny bit of coloring. All right. Then I'm going to come in and we are going to use the light crumb cake, and I'm going to use that on this top part here. Now it's kind of looking like a bit of a dead looking owl, you know, not dead looking, oh my goodness, drab, I guess is more like it. But what I'm going to do, you'll see in just a second, we'll liven it up with some of the colors that we're going to use on here as well. Okay, so I want to use the dark crumb cake. We'll use those also on the feet. And we'll get a bit of the coloring in there. And of course, we're going to do the beak. I guess I could have done it orange. And I'm just going to come back in with the crumb cake and just get that so that it basically gets it so that it blends in. Now, I'm also going to use some of this crumb cake on this gray granite. And then we're going to do this part of the eye in crumb cake. So that's a start of it. Now, what I thought I'd do is I want to make this so it ties into the rest of the card. So I'm just going to do his breast with balmy blue. Bit of balmy blue there. I want to get just a tiny bit of shading in here, not a lot. There we go. And then I'm using the darker balmy blue for just up here. And you know, there should be maybe some in the eyes to just give it a tiny bit of a color. So I'm going to come in with my light pool party and just color in there. And that's our owl. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fussy cut this out. Remember when you're fussy cutting to move the paper? And I'm leaving a tiny, maybe a 1/16 of an inch border around here, but move your paper. And then just up here. So like I say, I'd love to see what you do with this. What are you thinking of these adorable owls too? They are so cute. I can see that they can be used on many cards. Somebody said, well, what are you doing that owl card for? And I'm doing it. I'm going to, my thought is a 4-year-old birthday card. 4-year-old. My grandson turns 4. I might change my mind by the time that comes, but at least I'll show you an idea what you can use with the cards. Okay. And that is going to go. Now, like I said, I'm thinking to myself that I want to pop this up, and then we're going to also pop this owl up there. But let's go in and let's see. You know what? I better get that on there now. So I'm just going to come in and put my dimensionals on there. I don't know how I can run out of dimensionals so quickly. And I'm going to just cut some of these. There's another one right here. We want to put one in the middle so it doesn't dip. Let's put one there. And then let's put one there as well. And with my take your pick tool, and just take that part off. And we want to make sure, because I've done this hoot, is that it goes in the right direction. We're going to put this on, but we're going to put it on in a bit. Now, just to show you, I went and I cut out, and I didn't know exactly how I should do this. So I went and I put on here, I cut out a number 4. So how I did that was I went and I took my Night of Navy, and I did put it on top of one of these adhesive things, and then I went and ran it through on the with these dies in here. So I'll just show you how that works. So see, I've got a dimensional that's right like this, and we're going to put that right about there, but we're going to put this guy. Let's see, I probably shouldn't have put that up. Where am I going to put that? Put that there. Let's put it right there. So we've got a 4 right on there. Now, I've gone ahead, and instead of going happy, I guess I should put happy all there. I have got years is what I was going to put down here for. You know what? Where's my S? Y-E-A-R. I'll show you how easy this is. So I went and I put my adhesive sheets right on here, and I'm going to come in with my alphabets, or my alphabet Ella mode. We're going to take this S. Let's see. Good heavens, I'm having issues getting this out. Haven't got it on my my magnetic sheets yet. So this, like I say, is on with adhesive sheets on there. Just going to show you how easy these are to cut out. Coming in with my mini cut and emboss. When you get, and if you do live in Canada and you need a catalog and you're not working with a demonstrator, just reach out to me and I'll make sure that I get the new Jade A mini catalog to you, plus along with the celebration catalog and an invite to our virtual launch. So this is just going to come off here. Now the one thing you're going to want to do, because it is an alphabet one, and you don't want to get rid of your or you don't want to lose this, is make sure that you put it right back in. Or get yourself a magnetic plate and put it on there. Now, like I say, this is going to go on there. So, you know, like if you decide that what you want to do, now A is the middle word, the middle letter. So my whole thought process is this is going to go up onto there. Y-E-A-R-S. Now, if you don't want to make this so that it's straight, which is the easiest way to do this, you can just put it on there like so, and make it uneven. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it on here, and we're going to make it even. I'm just taking off this backing, and my first one that I'm putting on is the middle letter. And then that way I can get it so that they're even. Now, the other part is you can come in with a ruler, and I'm going to want this to be right across here. So you can also go in and you could mark it. And you know what? I am going to go and mark mine with a pencil. And the reason being is I want to make it so it's really easy for me. So then I'm going to go in with the second letters in, the second and the third, the ones that are next to the A. And this is how I usually do this. And I'll get where I want it to go on here. So it's about that distance away. And then I work from the inside out or from the middle out. And also another hint with these letters is adhesive sheets are actually the best way to go with this. So if you did buy these dies and some adhesive sheets, that'll give you your $60 that you need in Canada to get a free celebration set for January and February. The catalog goes live on the 5th of January. And like I say, it's a pretty neat catalog. Can't wait to show it to you. Well, I'll be showing it to you as we go along. Oops. So I'm just going to put this back onto that. Probably tweezers would have been the best to use here. So I'm just now you'll notice that it's not even across the top, but it's even across the bottom and with the distance that's on there. Okay, and there's the S. So just going to put that on there like that. 4 years. Wow. And you know what? That one's crooked. After all that one's crooked. So I didn't burnish it down. There, that should make that good. There we go. All right, so then at that point, what you want to do is you want to burnish that down so that that fits, right? Now, at this point, you can go ahead and put different words on there. We're going to go in, and I am actually going to use these wobbles. These wobbles you can get off of Amazon. I wish Stampin' Up sold them, so it was so much easier for us to get. And I'm just going ahead. They come 48 to a pack. They seem like they're expensive off the internet, but they're not too bad when you figure there's that many to a pack. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to take this off, this backing off right here. I want my owl to be popped up. So let's just go put him right in the middle. And then I'm just going to take this part off. Yeah. And then, I don't know, I think that part's supposed to come off too. There we go. And then we're just going to go ahead and pop him up there like that. And see how he's going to wobble around? That's fun. The kids love that sort of stuff. Now, I suppose you could make your own wobbles, but I prefer to just get these. It's easier for me. Now, that seems to be, there we go. Now, we also want to go ahead and let's put some embellishments on there. These solid faceted gems are amazing. They do have balmy blue in there. So I'm going to go in and use my balmy blue. Or I could actually use also the Night of Navy, but I think the balmy blue would be better. And let's just go ahead and put one right up here. Well, it would have been good there too. Let's just put it there. All right, so there's my card for card sketch number 135. Like I say, this is something, oh, look what I found. I found the S. This is something that you could do for any kind of a birthday card. You could do it with, you could do graduation, you could go congrats here. You could do anything like that with these words. Okay, so that's celebration cards, sketch number 35. Make sure that you do a card with the sketch, post it on there, and you could be randomly drawn. Now, if you live in Canada, I give away product. If you live outside of Canada, I've got a fantastic tutorial that has 44, I think, in there, but in any event. So, all right. So, like you say, my card sketches and my techniques will be pre-recorded while I'm away. And, but I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're going to take part. Have a great day. Bye for now.